If you are a business owner in Canada and you use your car for business, then I have some great news for you. Hey there, Janine here, your virtual accountant for US and Canadian business. Today we're going to talk about deductible car expenses. What are the requirements that you need to qualify for this type of expense? What are the items to consider? The methods available for you to calculate these expenses and where to report them. You can only deduct car expenses if they are reasonable and you have receipts. To get the most of your claim, keep track of the total kilometers you drive and the kilometers driven for business. For each trip, note the date, destination, reason, and number of kilometers driven. Also, record the odometer reading at the start and end of the fiscal period. If you switch cars during the fiscal period, write down the dates and odometer readings when you buy, sell, or trade the cars. You have two options to deduct your car expenses, either by standard mileage rate or the actual expense method. If you're going to use the standard mileage method, you have to determine the total kilometers driven for business for the whole year and multiply by the latest CRA mileage rate. In 2024, the CRA updated mileage rates for the first 5,000 business kilometers driven is 70 cents per kilometer and 64 cents thereafter. To make this easier, you can use apps to track your mileage. Here's a few great options. Mile IQ, TripLog, Everdance, and QuickBooks Online. Let's talk about what counts as a deductible vehicle expense. Here are some common expenses you can deduct: fuel or gas, maintenance and repairs, insurance, registration fees, loan interest if you finance your car, depreciation if you own your car, and lease payments if you lease your car. Now you need to figure out what portion of these expenses is for business use. To do that, you need to track the total kilometers driven for the whole year and the kilometers driven to earn your business income. For example, your total kilometers driven for the year is 30,000. Out of that, 27,000 was used for the business. Therefore, 90% of the car was used for the business, and 90% of the total expenses of the car can be deductible for business purposes. Now, let's see how to report these expenses on your tax return. Here's what you need to do. List your total vehicle expenses. Add up all your car costs for the year. Calculate the business portion. Multiply your total vehicle expenses by your business use percentage. To calculate the amount of motor vehicle expenses you can deduct, go to Chart A, Motor Vehicle Expenses of your Form T2125 or your Statement of Business or Professional Activities. Other vehicle-related expenses not reported in Chart A are presented in the following parts of the Form T2125. Deducting your vehicle expenses will save you a lot on taxes. All you have to do is track everything. You can use apps to do that and report it correctly on your Form T2125 if you are self employed. And if this sounds complicated for you or you need help setting things up, feel free to reach out. This is Janine Escala, and I'll be happy to help you to make the most out of your deductions.